Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited to be sharing with you my top 5 favorite mystery and thriller authors. I'm sporting my Pemberley t-shirt. I know it's kind of wrinkled, but this is probably one of my favorite t-shirts ever. I love it so much, and I want all the merch ever of Pride and Prejudice. Anyway, so I'm really excited to be doing this video with you guys. I love mystery and thriller. It's probably one of my all-time favorite genres. It's up there with romance. I know a lot of people aren't like the biggest fans, or I feel like fantasy romance is so in right now and that's all anyone talks about, and romance in general, but I am just a sucker for a good suspense book. So I wanted to share with you guys my top 5 favorite authors. If you like suspense, thrillers, mysteries, and you haven't read anything from any of these authors, go ahead and give it a go. And if you are not into it, or you have thought about getting into the genre, but you don't really know where to start, I really think you will enjoy these authors. I will be recommending a book from each of these authors that I think you will like and will be a great dive in to the genre. Starting with the all-time classic inventor, creator, founder, if you will, of the genre mystery and thrillers is Agatha Christie, of course. And the book that I would recommend is And Then There Were None, which is probably my all-time favorite book next to Pride and Prejudice. It is so good. So in case you didn't know, Agatha Christie is probably the most published author, if not the most published author to date, other than like the Bible and Shakespeare. She is the creator, like I said, of mystery novels. She has a ton of books to choose from if you are interested in checking them out. Definitely start with this one if you haven't. It is about a group of strangers that are all sent an invitation to this private island for this getaway dinner thing, and once they get there they realize they have nothing in common, and why were they sent there? All of a sudden people start dying and they don't know who it is, but they're pretty sure it's it's one of those 10 people. You've probably seen a ton of movies or books that are similar to that, and it's because of this book. It is just so widely known and so famous. It's really good. I think anyone will enjoy it, and is probably the gateway into this genre. Next up on the list, we have Gillian Flynn, who is the author of Gone Girl, and she is another really great author to get into the genre. It's a little darker, a little more suspenseful, a little more thrilling, but I think you will really enjoy her writing. Her storytelling is phenomenal. And in case you haven't read this book, which I would really be surprised if you haven't, because the movie was so good. A lot of people have seen that one too. On the wedding anniversary for this couple, Nick and Amy actually goes missing, and the initial prime suspect for the most part is her husband Nick. And the reason why is we get a ton of things that pop up, notes and clues from the anniversary gift from Amy, leading us to believe that Nick murdered or has something to do with the disappearance of his wife. I'm not going to get into it because it just goes from there. It is insane. It's very dark, but the writing is so fun, so fast paced. It goes back and forth in points of view leading up to the days of her disappearance, and like 5 days, a week, so on and so forth after the disappearance of Amy. So that's how the book is set up. I think you will really enjoy it and not expect the ending. If you read it, let me know what you think, but this is probably one of my all-time favorite books as well, in the genre, or I guess ever, really. It's so good, and I think everyone will enjoy it. Next up, we have Lucy Foley. So she is probably one of the newest authors I have discovered that I've absolutely loved her writing. I think multiple points of view make the story so much more compelling, and you get to see the perspective of so many people, and there's multiple sides to a story anyway when things go wrong, so we get to see what all those points are, and her writing is so fun. If you like multiple points of view, you will love all of her books. So far I have read these and they're all very good. This one probably is my least favorite, but the guest list is so fun. Again, you're not going to guess the ending. One of the really fun things about her writing and the people in it and the multiple points of views is on the back of every book, you have a kind of mini description of the people that are involved in the murder / disappearance / whatever is going on in the book. So for example, in the guest list, you have the bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, and the bridesmaid. And all of these people could either be the suspect or the victim of whatever is going on. And it's like that with all of her books. So definitely check out Lucy Foley. You'll love her writing, hopefully. And I'm so excited to see what else she comes up with. I am so glad I found her, and I hope you enjoy her writing as well. Okay, in the next spot we have two authors, because I couldn't choose one, but they kind of are in the same genre. They're kind of newer, and they both have pretty similar writing styles, I think, are worth mentioning, and that is Lisa Jewell and Ruth Ware. They both have written really, really great suspense novels and endings you don't see coming. There's a lot of twists and turns in these books, and I think you will really enjoy them. I haven't read all of the books that they've written so far, only like a couple from each of their works, but I'm interested and excited to get more of them, add them to my collection. I actually picked these up at a local thrift store or book thrift store, and they're in amazing condition. So I hope to be going back there sometime and seeing if any more of their stuff comes up. But definitely check out either of these authors. I think you will enjoy them a lot. This one, Then She Was Gone. Her daughter goes missing. She tries to put her life back together 10 years later, and she meets this guy at a cafe, and they start hanging out. He introduces her to his daughter, and the daughter looks exactly like her daughter from 10 years ago. So a lot of questions started coming up. Who is this guy? Why does this girl look so much like her missing daughter? And it just goes from there. So already it makes me want to reread the book because it was so good. Definitely check this one out. And then we have One by One. It takes place in a luxurious resort in the some snowy Alps, and this tech startup gets stranded there. People start disappearing one by one, and it kind of just goes from there. Again, it's got that feel of Agatha Christie novels where you're stranded. There's a group of people put together, and for some reason or another, there is a motive to get rid of them, and yeah, they try to figure out who done it. So very cool book, and all of her books are similar in that she's very, very similar in her writing style to Agatha Christie. So thought they were both worth mentioning. And then last but not least, we have my newest favorite mystery novel or mystery author that I think everyone should check out, and that is Alex Michaelides. He is the author of The Silent Patient and The Maidens, and I'm so glad I've discovered him. I'm so excited for more books he will be doing. He's only written 2 so far, but when I read The Silent Patient, actually I listened to it on Audible, which I never do, and I listened to it. It was so good. I ended up buying the book because I had to have it in my collection. It's about a patient who is stuck in an asylum, and her therapist, they go back and forth on the story of why she was in there. She doesn't speak, and they're trying to get her to speak. A lot of stuff starts happening in his life, and in her life we go into the case files of her past and why she was put there to begin with, and it just goes from there. This book was so good. If you guys are interested in reading this or listening to it, either way, you will be amazed. It is so quick to read. I have no words. This was probably one of my favorite books I've read in such a long time, and I probably will reread it. I'm so excited for more things that he will be writing. Hopefully he writes more, but definitely check out this book. Alright guys, and that is going to conclude my top 5 favorite mystery and thriller authors that I suggest you check out and read for yourself. Obviously I can go on and on. There's so many other people we can talk about. I mean, we haven't even discussed Mary Shelley. Come on. But I think these are a great start if you are getting into the genre, you haven't read any suspense novels before, mystery, thriller, and you don't really know where to start. Check out these authors, check out the books that I recommended. I think you will enjoy them. They are fun, fast-paced page turners. You won't be able to put these books down. I think you will enjoy them. Feel free to check out my Goodreads link below. I have a review for all of these books, and you'll be able to read everything I think about them as well. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will check you guys in my next video. Bye!